call this fucking season 3, the fucking revamp,
hey, yo,
whatever the hell it is, a soft reboot, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it is. But we are back and everything. So, before we get started, I do want to get into introductions of who the fuck we are and stuff and what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to go around who the fuck you are and everything and stuff, and what topic are you going to be running. So we'll start from the left side.
Sir Frenchie, running the sports topic.
Hey. I thought we was all like, hey, it was hyping him up. Alright, shit, I'm a real friend, bro. It's your boy Tron, man. You know, we good. We living life. I'm excited.
What's your topic?
Oh, my topic is film, maybe. You know, I talk about movies and TV shows. I'm a bit of an expert. They come to me for lists. I must be something.
It's your man Inhuman line. I'm gonna be running the video game news.
And this Malik got the news wrap, everything you need.
Yeah, he did the wink. You know the real.
Yeah,
the wink.
Alright, and yeah, it has actually been some time. This has been something that's been in discussion to bring back, especially like fucking me, Zay, and Leak, like fucking play Call of Duty every goddamn night and shit. We always like just mention it here and there, and it took almost a fucking year just for us to even get the shit together. Probably because of procrastinating, but we did get it back. So I'm happy to be here again, and we're gonna go ahead and do it in the order. We're gonna do movies, games, sports, and then the news wrap up. So go ahead and kick us off with movies.
Yo, what's up? This is the movie section. I was supposed to be hyped though. I was supposed to be hyped. Hey guys, it's the movie section. Alright. My fault. Okay, guys. But today in movie news, first up is a little something small. I was like, oh, that's dope. Steven Spielberg and the Duffer Brothers. For those who don't know who the Duffer Brothers is, they are the award-winning creators of Stranger Things. They're going to be adapting Stephen King's The Talisman book, one of his many great books. I'm very excited about that because I never really read the book, but I like the Duffer Brothers and I like Steven Spielberg, so be on the lookout for that. Ooh, I got a brunch date. So real quick, live action Pinocchio updates. My man Robert Zemeckis is directing. I'm actually excited. That's the only Disney live action I'm excited about. Robert Zemeckis is my favorite director of all time, by the way. Just want to throw that out there, even though nobody cares. But he's done Forrest Gump, Back to the Future, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Flight, all them good Jones. He's directing, and they just added to the cast. Joseph Gordon-Levitt will be providing his voice to Jiminy Cricket. Cynthia Erivo, hoping I'm saying that right. She played what's the not Silver Rights, but Harriet Tubman. She played Harriet Tubman. She was also in Widows. She's a very good actress. She's playing the Blue Fairy, and then we got my man Keegan Michael Key. This is a perfect casting, by the way. Keegan Michael Key will be the voice of Honest John. I think that's hilarious. Honest John, for those who don't know, was the fox that was like trying to lead Pinocchio to like bad stuff or whatever.
This is a live action Pinocchio?
Yeah. So Honest John he's still gonna be a fox, but I don't know if he's gonna be walking or on his hinds. I don't know. The Russo brothers, we were just talking about them. They setting up a spy thriller over at Netflix called The Gray Man. I think it's an adaptation of a novel. Who's already in the cast is Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans. They play two spies that's like chasing each other around the globe. Also on the cast is Ana de Armas. She was Miles Teller love interest in what's that movie? War Dogs. The Spanish genre War Dogs. And Jessica Henwick. She was in Iron Fist. I don't know. It's funny. I don't know if people saw Iron Fist, but she was.
Relax.
I love Iron Fist, but people talk so much trash about Iron Fist. A lot of people are like, I didn't see that show. Fuck that show. But she was in Iron Fist, and yeah, she's also about to be in the Matrix 4. But they just added to the cast Alfred Woodard and Billy Bob Thornton, and I think that's a solid cast. Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans. I'm excited about that. You know what I mean?
Sorry, when you said Ryan Gosling, I started thinking about Armie Hammer.
Bro, Armie Hammer. You heard about him, right? What? About his controversy. He had DMs about like cannibalism
and shit.
Yeah, so they dropped him from hella movies. Armie Hammer.
I was mad because I really wanted another Man from U.N.C.L.E. movie.
They dropped him from like 2 movies he was about to film, and one joint they replaced him with Josh Duhamel from Transformers movies.
Yes.
Fergie's ex. I don't know how you could marry Fergie, but Next, I saw the trailer for. I don't know if those who know, there was a movie. There was a show in the '70s called Kung Fu. Very good show. You should check it out. They're rebooting the show. The trailer is out now. It's with a female lead. It's very dope. Please go check it out. It premieres on the CW April 7th. It's very worth checking out. The trailer is pretty good. The trailer kind of reminds me a little bit of Iron Fist, but you know, without the superhero elements, like some real kung fu, you know, around the hood shit. You know what I mean? Basically, female, basically a you know, Asian female in the hood, you know, kicking ass, you know, kung fu way. All right, real quick, I want to end this joint talk about my man Pepe, bro. So, all right, Pepe Le Pew is a problematic character. You know what I'm saying? They just brought this up. I forgot about Pepe Le Pew all these years, you know what I mean? But Pepe Le Pew, he do be drawn. So they associated with him with you know, rape culture, of course. Pepe Le Pew be drawn. But apparently what just happened is, you know, everybody just brought that back up and him doing that and canceled Pepe Le Pew or whatever. But he had a scene that they shot for Space Jam 2 and they took it out. They described the scene. What's happening in the scene is it's a human actor in the scene, and he's like hitting on her or whatever. He started kissing her arm, but she like hit him, and he hits like the bar stool or something, and it spins. While it's spinning, what's his name? LeBron James' hand stops it, and he be like, what do he say? He say something like, you gotta ask for consent, basically. LeBron say something like that. So, yeah, they cut Pepe out. Oh, also they trying to say Speedy is a problematic character now cause he's like a stereotype of Mexican character. But what they was salty, yeah. But what they was salty was that Mexican people was like we like Speedy Gonzalez. We don't give a fuck. It's just funny. It's a cartoon. So, but yeah, Pepe Le Pew. It's canceled. Zay, you gotta put the joint in there. Like a stick. Canceled.
Is he out the whole movie or he just?
He out the whole movie. He out the whole movie. Like he's not on the court with them no more or nothing.
So he just out the movie.
He out the movie, bro.
Yeah, cartoon.
See, but my thing is that like.
I mean, I kind of get it, but it's like.
But I mean, like, but wasn't that his whole shtick?
Yeah. But I think they should have kept the scene because I feel like that still shows like you know that still shows the fight against, you know, the rape culture and shit like that. Like she's fighting back. Like I think they should have still kept it, just to, you know, put that out there. Like, no, this is tell little boys and girls like this is bad. And
my whole thing about it is like that was his like thing though that we knew was inappropriate. That was the whole point of it, was the fact that it wasn't appropriate, and 9 times out of 10 he was getting slapped around.
Yeah. He still, that's the thing. He still was getting slapped around. It's not like they was like glorifying it like. Oh, yeah.
It was more like he was thirsty and shit and everything, and they was like, nah. That's just a little
Just a down bad character.
Yeah. So
he's just a down bad character.
Yeah. He's down bad. So yeah, Pepe Le Pew is canceled.
They canceled cartoons from the 90s.
Pause.
Yeah.
So what's going on? It's not even that cold anymore though, so I don't understand this.
Oh, shut off.
Yeah. That one's cool though, so.
So y'all can lock into the next one. Also, I should talk about my serious addiction of watching Poltergeist.
It's an addiction?
I fucking love that movie.
What? Why that? No, now you didn't discuss that now. The camera.
I don't know. No, the crazy. When the first time I watched it, I was like, damn, they did this in the 80s? Cause it was just amazing to me how they did all the effects and stuff. I was like, damn, bro, that shit crazy. All the practicals and the like the visual effects. I was like, damn, bro, this shit crazy. And I just fell in love with it.
That's the fingerprint scan.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
I like that.
Alright.
It's under screen fingerprint scan.
Still rolling.
Yeah, no.
You want your fingerprint in there?
That shit is crazy.
What you mean you got facial recognition on your phone to unlock that shit?
Yeah, but I don't use it though. It don't work. Like, you don't see. I just use my finger.
Well, you boring. That's what you said.
Guys, they ain't listening. They ain't getting me. They already mad that I be bringing up. You know, the government hate when I bring up. When they implemented crack in the 80s.
The government don't give a shit about you. What are you talking about?
They hate when I mention that. Just like when girls be like, boys hate when you mention their girlfriend. Yeah, the government hate when I mention they cocaine distribution.
Alright, anyway. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get into video game jokes. What the fuck you talking about? Actually no. Before we get into that, next week we gonna go ahead and talk about Raya. Let me give you time to fucking watch that shit. Fucking watch it.
Bro, you gotta give me an account.
Alright, boy, this is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Alright.
Wink, wink. So
Don't tell Disney, we not sharing accounts.
Yeah.
No.
But we're gonna go ahead and get into some video game news and everything. And to start it off, I do want to congratulate FaZe Clan for winning the first 2021 majors within Call of Duty.
Ben Simmons in that jump. Yeah, Ben Simmons. He like joint. And Bronny. I think Bronny.
He's in FaZe?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Well, listen, get your money where you can. I did not.
Ben Simmons is in FaZe?
I did not know he was in FaZe.
Yeah.
Unless he bought a stake in FaZe, are you saying? Or he's actually.
They said welcome to FaZe Clan. They gave him merch.
Oh, alright, cool. But get your money, like I said, get your money where you can. Well, shout out to them for winning. That was actually an amazing fucking. And by all means, I believe YouTube actually owns currently holds the contract for Call of Duty or just Activision in general. So any Activision professional gaming shit they're gonna have. So go back on Call of Duty League's YouTube channel. Go watch that shit. It was really fucking amazing. Actually, I just scrolled by the Pepper Louis shit too.
The controversial French skunk from Looney Tunes will no longer appear in Space Jam after his scene was cut.
That's crazy.
New legacy attitude.
I mean, you heard what they did to Potato Head, right?
Oh, yeah. Mr. Potato Head.
Oh,
He's not Mr. Potato Head no more. He's just Potato Head.
What did you call
Why?
it? Gender fluid.
Yeah, he's gender.
But they had Mrs. Potato Head.
I don't make the rules here. I don't make toys
It
here.
They had both.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
I'm not Mattel, buddy.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
I be buying toys. I don't know.
So I want to know, are they going to go back in Toy Story 1? And there's the famous line.
No,
he
bro.
said, no, I'm going there. I'm going there. Okay?
got the
There's a
time.
famous line, and he said, what is he? Because I know you know the whole script by heart, but he says something. We're not listening to you, Potato Head. And Mr. Potato Head says, that's Mr. Potato Head to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, they go Disney Plus about to go in there.
I ain't gonna go back and show that to you know? That's my question, like what?
I can't believe
That's they to you.
Oh.
Yeah, well, we're going to go ahead and get into some sad news and everything for those of you who are fans of Nintendo DS. So, they had announced that they were going to be stopping the repair situation shit with the DSs because, the Nintendo DS is now actually canceled.
No more?
They said they were going to be ending it, and apparently they're going to be ending it a lot sooner than expected. My whole thing is they might be going into the whole repairing for the Joy-Con situation because they're in court right now for a lot of fucking money. They ain't playing that shit with them. But I guess in bigger news, we do have fucking the ZeniMax and Microsoft merger, I guess you could say, or the acquisition of ZeniMax to Microsoft that has been officially approved by the US and by the EU. So that will be going, or that is one step closer to actually being done. Apparently, the confirmation that they are allowed to purchase them does not mean that it is officially done. Obviously they got to go ahead and send that money over and shit like that, but there is a couple more things that you have to get checked off on the list and shit. Saying that, it makes it very interesting because apparently now Xbox has been known for, as of late, announcing things on Mondays. We haven't really got shit, so everybody's thinking it's probably going to be happening next week. But they did announce, or they did say there's supposed to be somewhat of an Xbox-ish event now in March. So expect it to either be next week Monday or possibly the Monday after that. So that's going to be cool. But it does bring me into a question of the EU allowed this to go through because the purchase of ZeniMax, bringing all Bethesda studio developers over to Xbox, apparently it's not going to create a monopoly. Now, it's interesting that they say that because it's a lot of big franchises or a lot of franchises with cult followings that are going to be now part of Microsoft. And I'm not saying Xbox specifically because Microsoft has a company that they rebranded as Volt, and that's basically what's going to be consuming up Bethesda Studios. So it's not going to be joining Xbox per se, but you can dissolve Volt into Xbox Studios, and then it will basically be the same. It's a step-by-step process. Juggle the money around. So my whole thing is that I ask you guys, how do you feel about this acquisition? Because a lot of people are saying that these games are not going to be exclusive to Xbox. My thing is, why is that being said now, but when, other companies buy the studios, it's not an issue? I think kind of the whole joke of, Xbox has no games has actually become more than just the game itself. Especially because there's a counter. People are literally counting. It's like 500 and something days since Xbox has released an actual like Xbox exclusive. Like motherfuckers are like are actually counting this shit day by day. It's fucking hilarious. But like that we have Doom or the Doom series, fucking Dishonored, obviously the Elder Scrolls games, so Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, and all that stuff. Elder Scrolls Online, and you have Fallout, of course, and stuff. All these games and shit like that, they're all now part. Oh, The Evil Within, like shit like that. These are all games that are going to possibly now be part of just Xbox. So, what does the future one look for these games, and what does the future actually look for Xbox? Including on top of that, what is it called? Starfield? Starfield? Starfield's also going to be coming out as well, and that's a Bethesda game. And also, these games are at least Bethesda games in specific, they're going to be using a new engine rather than the engine that was being used prior to this acquisition. So, what do you guys think? Do you think that this actually is a possibility of creating a monopoly? Or do you think that there is just plentiful enough of studios and publishers to actually balance it out?
That's a good question.
I think it'll be like a semi-monopoly, but at the same time, I don't think Xbox needs exclusives the way PS4 does.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because Xbox, well, one day they have a bigger. They're not just games. Like Sony's not just games either, but Xbox is a lot more than just video games.
Yes.
And then second, they already have that cult following, like you said. And then bringing Bethesda, they can, but that would be like sort of a monopoly. It wouldn't be in a monopoly because there's so many games out there, but like you said, those Bethesda games have such a cult following. Like, I'm a part of that cult following. I'm kind of sad because I'm a PlayStation player, so I'm hoping it's not an Xbox exclusive. I'm probably just hoping it's not an Xbox, but it probably will.
Phil Spencer did say it's going to be a case by case.
Yeah.
So I do feel it's something as the next Elder Scrolls, like Elder Scrolls 6. I don't think that's going to be an Xbox exclusive.
Oh, why not? That's going to be a moneymaker, something like that.
It is, but my thing is, like, I do feel with certain games, you shouldn't keep exclusive.
Yeah.
Like maybe like the Indiana Jones game that's coming out, because they did announce that for that Bethesda will be making that.
Please.
I don't think that should be exclusive for the sole purpose of.
Is it supposed to be?
No one knows, because legally Xbox can't announce. Oh yeah, all Bethesda games are going to be exclusive to Xbox because they don't actually own them.
Mm-hmm.
So and also nor can they dictate what's going to be released on what because they don't own them. So although I do gotta say like. When Sony purchased Insomniac Studios, I remember playing Sunset Overdrive, and I'm like, yo, this shit is amazing. Like, it was cool because it was like a cool little fun, it's almost damn near arcade shooter action adventure, but it kind of felt as fun as the Tony Hawk games were back in the day. Like, it was just fun, nonsensical shit to do. Yeah. So I did enjoy it. It was just like, just blind fun. But Sony purchased them. They started working on Spider-Man.
Of course they did.
And no one bitched and complained like, well, why? A lot of people actually. I can't.
Yeah,
a lot of people are like, they're back. But at the same time, nobody really like questioned it though because they understand. Okay, Insomniac is now part of Sony Studios. So it's like they're part of the Sony Interactive Studios. So like, no one really cared to fuck about it. Or they did, but like nobody questioned why those games were exclusive. We understood. But now that Bethesda's being, possibly being purchased by Microsoft, it's like it's a big thing now. Like I'm seeing people argue all day on Twitter about this shit. And I'm just sitting here like, if it was like around the other way, I don't think it would have been like that.
No.
But how do you feel about the whole situation that's going on?
Honestly, if it was me, as far as Xbox and Bethesda go. I'll take the petty route. I'll just take all. I'll take it. Anything Bethesda exclusive to Xbox.
Yeah.
That's how I would take it. Cause don't PlayStation do that with Insomniac?
Yeah. And the thing is, it's not like Xbox hasn't done it before.
Exactly.
Like I feel like people are also forgetting it. Like when Xbox bought Ninja Theory, the people who made Senua Sacrifice, Hellblade. They also made Devil May Cry DMC, and so like they made these. I think they also made what's it called, Heaven's Blade or some shit like that. Heavenly Sword or something. The fuck that? Oh my god. Excuse us while we look this shit up real quick.
I think Bill Gates also has an effect on it because he's the leader of Microsoft.
But he's
We
actually
don't
not
know the-
anymore.
Well,
Son-
a lot of people
Sonya Nadella is.
I didn't know that until just now. So a lot of people,
Really?
yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, Sonya Nadella is the head of Xbox. But the thing is, he's still on the board, I believe. But he does still, I believe, own a stake in
Yeah,
Microsoft.
He has to own this thing. in Microsoft. There's no
But
way he owns this thing.
he's actually not making like the decisions anymore, which is crazy because Phil Spencer is the one who's basically he started off as an intern and worked his way up to like just the head of Xbox now. The only person he really answers to is the head of Microsoft itself and everything, which is Satya Nadella. Or so I've heard. DMC, it's like Heavenly Sword. Yeah, Heavenly Sword. That was a PlayStation 3 game back in the days.
Kung Fu Chaos. I used to play that shit.
Yeah. Well, this is a company that Xbox now owns. Yeah.
But that's what Xbox.
Yeah. So, but you did have an Xbox. I remember my Splinter Cell Pandora's Tomorrow.
Told you, we used to go to school. We used to sell them John. We used to trade them John.
I actually bought Halo 2 off you with the limited edition one.
I
With the 10 case.
finish that John. I was like, done with that John.
Yeah. Yeah, it had the 10 case on the shelf.
That's like-
limited
That's like-
edition.
Yeah.
I know Halo like the back of my
I draw it
hand.
in.
You know what the funny part though? He was selling all of them for $5. I was like, alright, cool.
Right, I take them all. Like,
I was young.
I'm about to spend this on Pandora tomorrow.
I was a
and Halo
businessman
2.
doing business.
Yeah, real shit. But you know, I do want to go into some things that are going on with Sony though, because I do think it's interesting that apparently there's a patent going, or a lawsuit that's going on with the whole controller drift. And my thing is, controller drift is a real thing, and I understand it's a real thing with stuff. Sometimes it's just
what's controller drift for the people who don't know.
basically controllers and shit. That was in a matter of like 2 years, and that's just like every fucking night putting it on like at least like. Well, getting on the game or whatever, maybe like at 9 o'clock at night and shit, like they're getting off at like 3 in the morning and shit, and just going hard. And I understand you can fuck it up and stuff, but when it's a casual player, they shouldn't be going through this. You shouldn't be suffering with that, especially like 400 something hours and shit. Nah, it definitely shouldn't. The life expectancy should be a lot longer, especially if you're paying the price for what the fuck you're paying for.
The prices.
Yeah, that should not be going on.
Yeah.
But saying that, I think that actually does bring me to a conclusion of it. Other than that, apparently there are going to be some restocks going on with the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. So keep an eye out for that. Apparently Walmart and Best Buy, if you're in the US, they should be the first ones getting it, to my knowledge.
Man, I want to go back to the Xbox.
You go back to Xbox?
I want to come back to the Xbox.
Yeah, PS4.
Yeah. I only
Come
got
back.
that because of Chris, man. Chris wanted somebody to play Call of Duty with, and he don't even be on there.
Yo, tell him I said what's up too, man.
He got you.
He followed my comic page. Appreciate that.
Oh, where?
Yeah.
Hey, it's love.
I used to be on Call of Duty with you all the time. Chris, once. That's it.
Oh no! Yeah,
Me
we
and
be on
Zay
that.
did get on every fucking night. But yeah,
I mean, you still
other
can
than
with
that,
some, but-
I guess I'll throw this in real quick before we actually end. Outriders, the game that is actually currently out with the demo. If you're having some issues connecting to the servers, trust me, I'm with you since day one of the launch of the demo. I have not been able to connect to the servers.
That's the one you was talking about?
Yeah,
What's the name? I'm right.
Outriders.
Because I was looking for it.
It's everything. I want to play this shit so bad and stuff. And like I don't even understand.
I was gonna get it, and then you kept saying, "Oh yeah, I can't connect to the service. I can't connect to the service." I was like,
Yeah, yo, and
I'm
that's
away.
the other issue. Like my thing is like yo, like that's happening, and then even on top of that, with Call of Duty, I feel like that's the other issue I'm having with that as well. I'm seeing too many dev errors going to fuck around and stuff. You get a dev error at least once every night we fucking play and shit like that, and it's starting to get to me because I'm like, bro, like my PC coming, and I'm like, oh, I'm not about to start dealing with this shit, man. But you know, shout out to everybody that does game on PC though. No much love, PC Master Race. Let's go. That's my shit coming day one. I'm fucking talking shit with consoles. Day one. What are you, peasant? But saying that, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it over to sports and shit, and let's get cracking. What are we talking about? First topic.
Talking about PG?
Hey, I'm on the spotlight now.
Yeah.
Sure.
Frenchie! Talking about PG?
Let's start off. Let's see. First off, shout out to Tom Brady, Tampa Bay. They did win that Super Bowl.
He did.
I'm not shouting out Tom Brady.
Shout out to Tom Brady.
Hating that.
Tom
I mean,
Brady.
I'm a Ravens fan, so no respect. Tom
Lamar.
So
Lamar's boy.
I know it's fuck Tom Brady.
Alright.
Like I know it's fuck Tom Brady.
Who am I talking to?
shout out to them. But first, let's start off with NFL news. J.J. Watt signing with the Cardinals. Longtime Texas player signed with the Cardinals for $28 million, 2 years. $23 million is guaranteed.
Get your
money.
Get your money. Today, Dak Prescott
I saw that one too.
re-signed with the Cowboys for what was it, 160
$160 million
for 4 years.
for 4 years.
For 4 years.
That's $40 million a year.
He ain't even that good.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not even that
He ain't even that good of a quarterback.
Yeah, but
Get
it's
that
cool.
money.
Well, I think when deals like that happen, you also got to think about like who's coming up for draft as well.
good.
And it's like like
Can they get another quarterback?
yeah, and rather you lock in someone that's average than fuck up and get somebody that just underplays.
I
That's
guess.
really interesting.
That's an
That's an interesting concept.
I'll say Dak. He I didn't think it was gonna work out for him because he was holding out this whole time. I did not think it was gonna work out like this.
He ain't coming back the same though after the injury
Yeah,
that he had.
yeah.
He's not coming back the same. So that's why I think that's kind of a messed up move on the
Yeah.
Cowboys' part. Like this man tore his MCL and ACL, and you expect him to come back 100%? You signed him to that big contract?
Yeah.
Hell no, that ain't happening. On to some basketball news. Let's see. Let's start with. Hold up. Let's start on.
I'm excited.
I know. Let's start with what was it? Saturday.
Yeah.
Bleacher Report had the little 2-on-2 basketball tournament.
Yeah. Yo, he cooked them.
Who was it? Quavo and Jack Harlow versus
Oh, baby.
And, little baby.
Shout out to Jack Harlow.
First of all, Jack Harlow. Come on.
Jack Harlow was teaching little baby how to fucking stretch, bro. I wasn't done.
Then you got Quavo. Quavo be balling, bro. The only thing about 2 Chainz, he got that fucking height, but it didn't come in.
What was it? 21-7. Game winner,
That
21.
shit was stupid.
Quavo was cooking. He scored 17 out of those 21.
Damn.
Damn,
I didn't know he scored 7.
nigga. What? I didn't even know that.
Sometimes you gotta,
So it was just Quavo. Quavo show.
The Quavo show, boy.
2 Chainz left the building. Mad at Lil Baby. Lil Baby tweeted. He was like, "Man, Ben put the basketball down, man. Football."
Man, now he
Football.
a football dude.
Then put it
You
down.
always say that, bro.
I don't touch
I
the
don't play
rock.
basketball, bro. I be on football.
I don't touch the
You
rock
trash
like
is
that.
cool. Get off the court.
Oh, you hear? I'm
You
playing
trying
ball
to tell
for
me that
real.
Jack Harlow ball,
Bro.
Now we can get on to the.
Jack Harlow definitely did. He definitely gave 500 to an HBCU though.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to that white man.
All-Star Weekend.
500,000.
500,000, yeah.
Yep, part of All-Star Weekend. HBCUs, they was representing.
They said, he said, what did they say to KD? We giving all your every time you win a quarter, we giving all your money to HBCU. Yeah, picture of KD and said, "Fuck them kids." He said, "Yo, y'all the worst, man."
Yeah, where were we at?
Basketball.
Yeah, basketball. Team Durant versus Team LeBron.
Watch.
That's a good game.
That was a good game.
Not really.
Not really.
Stop lying.
Yeah, LeBron.
Lie your ass up.
I mean, that's because Team Durant had too many.
Yeah, they had a lot of
Yeah.
injuries and people
Yeah,
out
and
there.
Ben and
I'm
Joel.
hearing a lot of
Yeah,
excuses.
Joel-
That's what I'm
Joel
hearing.
Embiid, Ben
Oh, they
Simmons.
did though. They had 3 niggas out, bro.
Yeah, Embiid and Ben Simmons.
And KD himself.
And
KD
KD. And they what they do?
Kyrie was balling though.
They got Anthony Davis, but of course Anthony Davis was hurt,
He
so
got
Devin
hurt,
Booker
yeah.
was
I
his
didn't know he was
replacement.
hurt.
Yeah, Devin
I was
Booker
gonna
was
talk
his
about that.
replacement, but Devin Booker got hurt, so it's like so many.
I didn't even know that. Oh shit, sorry.
No, you
Go
cool.
ahead, bro.
Oh, you cool.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, what was it? Oh yeah, Embiid and
Ben.
Simmons, COVID.
Yeah.
They don't. I don't know if they have it or not.
No, it was tracing.
It
So
was tracing,
the
yeah.
barber they went to, he had got it. Well, he had it. Like he was exposed, or whatever. And it was just like contact tracing. So they, the NBA made him sit out. Unfortunately, that been a good game. That been a real good game.
Alright.
That's some selfish shit.
Yeah.
No, it's just like you getting your hair lined up.
Right.
You're like,
Yeah.
so what's up with you?
Ah,
you
shoot.
It's a hot shoe, not the hot shoe.
You got a big
Anything
game
but the
tonight.
hot shoe.
Right.
You got a big game tonight, right? Yeah,
Hot
yeah.
shoe. Hot shoe.
Bring it on my neck.
You coming to my game tonight? Nah, I got the COVID.
Nah, bro, I'm about to die. I'm about to go check real quick, guys.
Just be on some Sweetie Todd
Word.
shit. Just finish
Some
it, man.
Sweetie Todd.
I ain't even trying to do this no more.
Shit.
What else we got? Steph Curry was cooking last night.
Steph was
He won the
cooking.
3-point contest. I mean, we all kind of knew that was going to happen.
I mean, he was a little bit in trouble, but now he came them last 3 Jones. He came through. That last Mountain Dew Jones saved him though. He made that joint and it was over.
But he could make those easily though.
Yeah. When he getting them corners, like them corner shots, them joints are crazy.
Those are his shots. Steph Curry won
I
the
miss Clay.
3-point contest. I miss him too, man. I miss him too.
Clay, we miss you.
Honestly, I think Clay could shoot better than
He
Steph.
can.
That's a hot
He
take.
can.
He
can.
can.
I feel Clay actually is more consistent. I'll say that.
All right, I'll agree with
I'll
that.
say Clay is better off the catch. Curry better off the bounce.
Yeah.
Off the
Yeah,
dribble.
Curry got to get the joint and then shoot it. Clay like.
Clay, if you get into it, you catch
Clay.
and shoot, this shit catch.
That shit money, baby.
Clay is.
Beast. Can't wait till he come back. You'll be back next year, Clay.
Will he come back the same though? I don't know, cause
Yeah,
it's
it's been a
like
while.
What he mess up?
his MCL,
Yeah.
ACL.
One of them
His ACL, and then he was good, but it fucked up in practice.
Yeah,
Fucked
it
it
up in
again.
practice too.
Cause he was ready to come back for this season, but it ain't work out.
I mean, the Warriors still balling without
Yeah,
him.
they
though.
definitely ball. I mean, they definitely like. I mean, it's low, but the 7th, 8th seed.
Yeah,
You know, I think right now. So
Curry is
keep
still-
that up.
Yeah,
Go to playoffs. Shit.
Curry in the MVP conversation right now, putting up numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Crazy, right?
So JoJo getting that joint. We already know who's getting the MVP. JoJo.
Right.
Joel Embiid.
Yeah, until Kevin Durant come back. He just got a hamstring. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That ain't nothing. But that's really a 3-week joint, baby.
Grab that roller, just roll that shit out, and hurry the fuck up, come back. That's
So,
it.
as soon as he come back, that's it. He's cooking. Oh yeah, the Nets signed Blake Griffin.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
BG!
That ain't gonna do nothing though.
Yeah.
Oh.
God damn.
Blake,
We'll see. Blake gonna get that ring.
he
Blake
might get
ain't
the ring,
ring.
but like Blake Griffin ain't the same Blake Griffin we saw when
No,
he was
he
playing
not.
in
But
Los
it's cool,
Angeles.
I'm glad he there, not fucking ass Pistons. He needed to lead the Pistons, bro. Anywhere. Now he probably be good off the bench though. He probably be straight. You know what I'm saying? Off the bench for Jordan.
He ain't about to be no bench player.
He gotta come.
Bro,
off
he
the
gotta
bench.
come off the bench. They not
He
starting
gotta come
him.
off
They
the
not
bench.
starting him, bro. They
I don't
can't.
see that happening.
I think he
That'd be
got
stupid.
to come off.
He
the
got
bench.
to, bro. He too old.
Who he gonna start for?
What the Nets lineup looking like? It's they got
Kyrie,
Kyrie.
KD, James,
Hold up.
Joe Harris.
Pause this
Joe
song.
Harris. Joe Harris is starting.
DJ.
What's the bull? How you say his name? Yusuke?
Yasuke?
Yeah.
You talking about the samurai?
Yeah.
Yeah, the black boy. Oh, the anime. They released the pictures.
April 29th. And
Let's
and-
go!
And anime coming to Netflix.
Let's go. Yo, Netflix
April
is
29th?
greenlighting so many animes, bro.
Putting it in the calendar. That's different. I need that one.
Yeah, that's
I need that one.
real life. That's historical, bro.
Yeah, that's a real thing to happen. Yeah, it was a black
It's a picture
samurai,
on
bro.
Google somewhere. Cause Lakeith's supposed to play him in the movie.
Yeah, they
Lakeith
doing his
for
story.
everything.
Yeah,
Lakeith for
Lakeith. He, I hope he okay. He said he was going to therapy after what you call him at the Black Messiah. But
Yeah, I
They
think
be
he had
drawing on
to.
him.
Yeah.
They was drawing on
you
him.
scooted a little bit, Lee? You good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
What
let's
happened
tell me
to
about that.
I see that role. Did you watch the movie?
Judas and the Black
The Black
Messiah.
Messiah.
The role fucked him up.
Yeah. But also,
Because
it
he
was
played a
people
traitor,
was,
you know.
People was like,
Sorry.
Because he did his job.
I had to cut shit out of that. But that shit just made me happy because we be really talking about that shit all the time.
Yeah.
But, alright, yeah. My bad. But go ahead.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
I don't even care about what I had.
I was talking about.
It's all star.
Question: Are we going to talk about that knee kick to the face?
Yo.
Oh.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, we gotta
They talking
discuss.
about the UFC.
We gotta discuss that
Oh,
card
yeah.
last
That is
yeah
sports.
on Saturday. Yeah, we gotta discuss that card.
About that.
That joint had me mad as shit on Twitter. I was like, what the fuck you? Because I was working, so I couldn't be watching it. So I'm just refreshing Twitter and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what's going on? Because like, was it? Y'all had said that it was his corner man that was like, yo, like give him that shit, like kick him and stuff.
Yeah,
The whole time, like I didn't even know that that's what happened. I just thought that he thought his knee was off the ground, so he just went ahead and kicked. But when y'all had said that, like you're supposed to trust your corner man. So now I'm over here thinking, wait a minute. So you telling me that like he trusts his corner man and he thought that His cornerman thought the bull's knee was off the floor.
Right.
So, he just went ahead and gave him that shit real quick. That's drawing, yo.
Yeah.
That's not right at all. Like, that shit, that pissed me off.
And what's Stylebender finally got his first loss?
Yeah, that was a hurt piece too.
That hurt too.
That did hurt.
Apparently, he said he didn't get any sleep beforehand, which I thought was ironic considering that's what Costa said, or that he was drunk. Basically, Costa said he was drunk when he fought Stylebender, and that's why he lost. And Stylebender at the end of the fight, he grabbed the bottle and was like, "Should have did one of these."
Yeah.
So I said he should have like got in there and got drunk. He said I would have got some sleep. I was like, he really out of pocket. But
his first loss, man.
yeah,
Hate to see the
that guy
Black
was
go down.
yeah, that guy was huge though. I
He
can't even
won
like.
new weight class, so give him a little.
Yeah,
leeway.
yeah.
Trying to be a champion in a whole other weight class.
Yeah, that's not an easy thing to do.
Not everybody can be a notorious McConnor.
Okay.
Victorious McConnor.
Yeah, like alright.
McConnor.
That's my.
I'm calling him that from now on, McConnor.
The McDonald's song like that.
McDonald's, I was ready for that one.
Yeah, so it's like Notorious McConnor.
That's wild. But, saying that, Nathan, was that all that we had for sports?
Yeah, that's all really. It
Yeah,
was,
my favorite ain't nothing there.
I know. Steven Spielberg. I'm like, yeah.
Alright,
No,
well,
as far as sports, it was pretty much a light weekend. All-Star weekend, Team LeBron, me, Team Durant. We saw that coming anyway.
yeah.
So yeah, pretty light weekend.
Alright, no doubt. We're gonna go ahead and get to that news wrap up and everything.
Let's go.
You
News
good
wrap
thing.
up.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go. I'm
Let's
back.
go. We in this, John.
Nice
Yeah.
to see y'all again. Y'all came to the right place.
They came to the right place. They've already been here.
Yeah, that's why they stay. That's why they stay.
Got you.
All right, so before we get started on the news wrap, it is International Women's Month, so I want to recognize an international or national woman because she's from America. But Mary Von Britton Brown, I gotta look because I don't want to get it wrong. She created the home security system.
African American.
African American woman, 100 years before
Let's go.
it was popularized.
Shut up, black
So she started with.
That person.
She was a full-time nurse and she didn't feel safe in her home, so she had a motorized camera that would record, the home entry and project it on a TV monitor. She also had a two-way microphone so she could talk to people outside the door, like Alexa right
She
now.
basically came up with an intercom.
Basically came up with an
Oh,
intercom.
good.
And she had an emergency
She made
button.
the ring system before the ring system
Exactly.
came out.
And she had an emergency
So-
button that notified the police. So she made that whole
What?
thing.
Life alert?
Yeah, she
Right.
There's like 3 inventions underneath one.
What's her first name? Marie.
Marie.
Yo, shut
Mary
up.
Von Britton Brown. She patented it in 1966 and it finally got approved December 1969.
Wow.
So just to shout her out.
Yeah,
For a
seriously.
woman for this month, next week come back, have a new woman ready for you.
Shouts to the one woman we have in the room too.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
international too. She got Panama.
Panama?
Oh, yeah.
You going to Panama?
No, my family's from there.
Family.
Oh, international. My bad. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, you going to
There
Panama?
we
Do
go.
something? Okay. Yeah, that's dope though.
He's like, you traveling?
I'm thinking she was doing this in photography over here.
Cool.
That's dope too.
Alright, so Mackenzie Scott. Anybody know who Mackenzie Scott
That
is?
sounds familiar. What she
No,
do?
you know she is. You don't know who she is, but you know who she is.
What she do?
She's Jeff Bezos' wife.
Oh, okay.
Or ex-wife.
Trying to get that money.
Got 53 million in a
That's
divorce. I mean billion.
I was about
Oh
to say,
yeah,
huh?
million. Yeah, damn right.
Because it's changed the B for an M. But she made. Yeah,
That fucking money, bro.
but they was married for 25 years. She just remarried to a Seattle school teacher. And I just thought it was interesting. Yeah, she just.
Oh, so
She said, I got my billions. I'm gonna pick the weakest link.
So that means that while he was cheating, she was cheating
I'm
too.
good.
I understand. Shout out to her.
She said, I'm good.
She fucking money.
Okay.
She already had school teacher on tap, right? You're just gonna find the school teacher. He was already.
Real quick, you know what's funny? He said 53 million. He was like, that's it. In my head, I'm like, what the fuck you mean?
I'm saying, cause
Comparatively.
so I'm thinking she gonna get more of that shit.
That man make that
She
shit
got
on
53
his
million. I was like, your lawyers is trash.
Well,
You need to go back.
wait, but was it actual cash? Because I remember that
No,
instead of
it
getting
was-
cash, she got it in
Assets?
stock. She got it
was
within
mainly
stock.
It was in stock.
Then she got it in
Wow.
stock on Amazon. So that means
That's
that,
not
bad.
all that she got, that actually like probably fucking doubled, if not
Doubled,
quadrupled,
yeah,
this shit over the
got to.
pandemic. because that boy started making crazy fucking money and everything on the pandemic.
When was their divorce
Their divorce was, like,
officiated? When was that? When did that happen? 2019. Oh yeah. Oh, she
But
came
that all
up even
depends
more.
when
That's
it closed though.
true.
Did it just close?
No. Well, the reason I'm bringing it up is because her and the school teacher, they've been donating a lot of money.
Oh,
That's their thing. They're philanthropists. So in December alone, they donated 4.2 billion to 384 different organizations.
wow.
So shout out to them too.
Yeah.
Donating all this money.
International Women's Day.
They said their life plan is to give away the majority of their money, and they tell many billionaires and millionaires to do the same.
Yeah.
So just shout them out.
Shout them out.
That shit, at that fucking Jeff Bezos stepped down, or he's stepping down.
He is.
He's stepping down.
Yeah,
He is stepping down.
Wow.
Bro, when you got all that money, like, I'll tell you this much. The only reason why I think he's stepping down
And CIA contracts.
Yeah. Like, I just think that is because he's getting tired of having to sit in front of fucking Congress and everything. He's like, listen, I'm gonna let somebody else say, because he's still gonna be head of board. So he's literally
Pretty
just
sure
letting
he's still
somebody
in the
else
Pentagon
take
hearings.
off.
He's still on Pentagon boards too. So
Yeah, like he's legit just being like, hey, listen, I don't want any legal repercussions for anything, so I'm gonna let somebody else take that shit while I'm still technically holding majority within Amazon, still run this shit. I just don't get to have any shots taken at me. That's kind of
I
fucking
mean,
sad.
yeah. Why wouldn't you do
Which
that?
is crazy because now that means the bull from Facebook, he's the only one left that's actually in full control of his company.
Zuckerberg?
Yeah.
He's not even.
Yeah.
He's the only
I
one
was
now.
gonna say something wrong.
I know what you was about to say.
He one lawsuit away from being somebody bitch. Like,
Already. Alright, other news. Well, it's not news, but it's daylight savings time, March 14th.
Oh.
We
Okay.
lose an hour. Don't raise your hand. We lose an hour this time. We don't get an hour back. This-
Doesn't get dark till later.
But I didn't know only 40% of countries observe daylight saving time.
Yeah.
That's not even like a real thing. It started in World War I to save power. So
Yeah,
people would.
it's
So it's
another
not-
fake concept, like
it's
you
a
know.
fake concept like many other things.
But isn't that also why they also fucking add like a day?
No, that's because of the revolution of the sun.
You talking about the leap year?
It's technically 365 and a quarter day, but
Okay.
instead of saying that, they add a leap year every 4 years.
Yeah,
Like they add
okay,
it every
okay.
4 years.
That makes sense.
So it's technically not 365 days.
I thought that was tied to that shit somehow.
I don't know.
Can I say something real quick? I actually met somebody that had their birthday like the last day
On the
of
29th?
February after the kid's birthday party. I felt so bad for young boy because his birthday don't come but every
4 years.
So I was like, damn. So what y'all do when it ain't the joint? You know, they was like, no, we still we just celebrate like the 27th.
I feel like, no, you shit out of luck, bro.
Damn, bro, I would hate to.
They be like, yeah, you 6.
I-
You be 12.
Right, you
24.
you 4. Like, alright, more serious, I don't say serious, somber topics.
Somber.
Yeah. Derek Chauvin?
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, just
Yeah, his trial starts, it's technically started Monday.
Tell me who it is in the trial.
The guy that killed George Floyd, knee to the neck.
piece of shit off.
Yeah. It's technically just preliminary hearings. The official trial is supposed to start the 29th, and then the other 3 officers aren't set till August.
Damn.
I just think it's so long since it
Yeah.
happened, like, that these people are going on trial. And it's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel
Didn't the same
Johnny
thing
Depp's
happen with
case is
Breonna
going
Taylor?
by faster than
Huh?
this.
Didn't the same thing happen with Breonna Taylor?
I don't even think
No,
Did
her people didn't get.
They didn't get anything
No,
set?
no,
None of that
They're
still
charged
got?
for the gunshots going into somebody else's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I thought I had heard
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
developing with
Yeah,
it, but
but
okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Like, ooh, Johnny Depp's fucking case is going by faster than any of this shit.
I mean,
bro.
you know how that goes.
That's
They need you. They need you obsessed with the
They said,
celebrities.
oh, the
you know?
lawyer fees are that high? Okay, we'll get this
Also-
through real fast.
With the Breonna Taylor, the judge did dismiss the case against her boyfriend.
Alright, that's good. That's good. That's
the least
good.
you
Yeah.
can do.
I
Very
guess something is better than nothing.
Yeah, it's.
Shit.
Alright, so I'm gonna tell you a story. Tell me what y'all think about this.
Oh boy.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So imagine you're a 13-year-old in school. You get suspended for 2 days. So you go home and you don't want to tell your parents because your parents are very strict. So you make up an excuse. So you say your teacher. You say your teacher is showing. Well, let me. You say your teacher.
Oh, I'm
Man,
scared.
this is
I'm
This is
scared.
drawn, bro. This is not even funny. I don't know why I'm laughing.
What do you
But
say?
no, you say your teacher who was showing pictures of the Prophet Muhammad. He asked Muslim students to leave because the picture was inappropriate. Now, your father, your family is very strong, stout Muslims. So
Stop.
the father goes on a crusade to like fire this teacher, blah blah blah. Now, in this crusade, you know, there's a lot of extremists.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
from this the teacher got beheaded.
Oh my God, where's this at?
Killed and beheaded. This is in France. Killed and beheaded
Jesus Christ.
by a 18-year-old, like a young child, 18-year-old. Now, whose fault is that? Is that the dad's fault? Is that the killer's fault? Is that the 13-year-old girl's fault for lying?
That's the goddamn 13-year-old girl's
Girl's
fault.
fault, yeah, she lied.
That's some Salem witch
She just
trials
made
type
that
shit,
shit
bro.
up.
But
Like,
as a 13-year-old, you don't think that's gonna happen?
Right, I get it.
yeah, but at the same time, you should also.
There's still got to be
No,
some
you
sort of
13.
accountability.
I ain't
though.
trying to hear
There's got
none
to
of
be
that.
some sort of
I ain't trying to
accountability.
hear none. I'm
about
sorry.
that.
But
That's-
listen, man, there's one thing that people know is that when you talk about like the Prophet Muhammad, there is that's some serious shit.
That's what I'm saying. I get that.
Yeah.
It
He
doesn't.
draw.
Yeah, it doesn't.
But he didn't do it.
No, he did. Well,
didn't do it?
it's not known if he did it. Some students said that. Well, first of all, she wasn't even in the class when it happened. A couple students said that. Like, and she admitted to it later, but she said her father is very strict, so she didn't want to go home and say she got suspended for bad behavior, so she had to come up
If
with
that
something.
is strict, then you should be obvious. Then you don't play with the name of Muhammad.
Yeah,
That's not something because and I think like you
It's a
should have
sticky
already known
situation.
like she knew what she was doing because she said that they were showing pictures.
Yeah,
You
that's,
should already know off ripping everything that that's
so
a no
specific.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tell
like-
my dad that.
Yeah, that's you was really
Well,
trying to like
I-
do
I-
your best to start some
She
shit.
said her reasoning was that he was about to show the pictures, and she spoke out, and that's why she got suspended because she was speaking out that these pictures not wrong. But
Okay,
she wasn't
now-
even in the
The
classroom.
plot
She
comes
wasn't in the
together.
classroom.
That's
See, but
At
my
all.
whole thing is though is that like the father instead of going through all this shit, he should have just went to the school and been like, "Yo, what's going on?"
yeah.
Like,
I definitely blame the dad. I'm sorry. I
Well,
definitely blame the dad.
you
I get it now. Don't get me wrong. I have Muslim friends, and I get it. You know that's very disrespectful to their religion. I get
Yeah.
that. I get that. But bro,
Yes, communication definitely got dropped.
there
communication.
should have been way more investigation than just.
Yeah.
Definitely more
More
investigation.
investigation.
Let me talk to
Like
the
a
principal.
thorough
Hey yo,
investigation.
talk to the teacher. Hey yo, did you really do that?
I heard they received some disturbing information.
Cause I know the child like I was saying like the child 13. Now I'm not trying to hear that she knows right from wrong. She draw, but I don't want to really blame her too much.
Yeah, I
You
don't
know what I'm saying? Cause she was scared. She didn't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
I get that. Cause we all been there and we draw. You know what I mean? We lied and said something bad. We ain't go that far. But you know, but on some serious shit though, he that like you said, he should have had some communication. That was drawing, man.
Yeah.
That was drawing.
Yeah,
That was
No,
that was.
too much.
that's the one. I did not think he was going down with it.
Right, I did not know
Yeah,
that
I think
was.
he was gonna go there. I was scared. I was like,
Somebody got
I thought now I thought he was gonna say like she lied and said he tried to like show her
Some
inappropriate
shit.
pictures
Or
or
something like
not no religious shit, but like
Yeah.
sexual nasty stuff. You know what I mean? I thought he was gonna say something like that. That's bad too.
Yeah,
But I was not expecting the
I would've been like,
Muhammad
lock
thing
him
and
up,
beheaded him.
like-
That was crazy.
Yeah, like
That shit.
had it gone that way and everything, so I would have been like, lock him up, behead the boy. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit. But you talking about some religious shit, and it's
Yeah.
like,
He didn't
What?
do it.
Yeah.
Why?
and my thing is like, aside from like him not even just doing that, my thing is, why would you go and lie? Like, you knew you was starting some shit when you went as far as even just talking about. You talked about the Prophet Muhammad. Now you talk about showing pictures of him. Like,
And it's your own religion.
Yeah.
Like your lies, I can understand that if she was like, oh, he was saying some things about the Prophet Muhammad. All right, cool. Don't badmouth him. We understand that and everything. But you went ahead and started saying that she's showing pictures. Now you should already know that, like, one again, like, just keep his name out your mouth if you're not over here praising him and shit like that. But two, don't you be showing no pictures of him and shit like that. You know.
The crazy thing is like, go ahead.
No, I feel like it was extremely sick, but at the same time,
Yeah, that's sick.
how afraid of she was her father? Well, how afraid
Yeah, I know
of
what
her
you
father
mean.
was she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That she, knowing
come
how
up with that
serious
lie.
that
Because you
accusation
question
is,
like was she
still
that
did it
afraid or was
anyway.
yeah.
So now
That's
she's
so
something about
elaborate,
her
though.
character and her
Yeah.
home life,
Yeah.
therapy.
That's a lot
everybody.
of levels to this.
It's stuff
Yeah,
like
like
that.
it's-
Yeah. And
Because the hatred
That's-
Muslims get in this American country anyway.
Well,
Well,
even
even through
In
like
France,
throughout the
it's
world.
bad.
France
France
too.
too.
France
Right.
is very bad.
Yeah, throughout
Yeah.
the whole world.
Yeah.
So this
That doesn't help like anything at all.
Yeah,
You
not
know.
at all.
And if
But
you're
then you said
raised
the
Muslim,
18-year-old
like
was someone completely different that just went on and did that
So
shit.
yeah,
Correct?
he was just like on social media doing like
Ready to be
fire
the
him,
extremist,
we gotta
right?
Do this to this prince, like we gotta get him. He can't teach no more, and then, people just see that
Someone
and hate,
just jumped in.
hate makes hate more. So it just grew and grew and grew, and it just had its own life of its own, and that's what happened.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know what to think about that shit. But that's crazy. But I don't even know like who's that. Like, I mean, obviously the bull who actually did the beheading, you are at fault because you went ahead and did that
he
shit.
murdered
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah,
You
but
took somebody's life. It wasn't that deep. They didn't even hurt a child. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
but it's like, going also into like, this would have never gotten as far as if the lie wasn't told.
Yeah.
But then you talk about the situation at home, so it's like that lie would have been told if possibly, because again we don't know what's going on at home and everything.
right.
Like we don't know if maybe that like the pop really is just a piece of shit and he on some wild shit,
Yeah.
or we honestly just don't know if maybe
Yeah.
like it's a 13-year-old being a stupid 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Like you just being young and dumb and shit like that, and you thought, oh, maybe like they not gonna. I'm obviously that was her thought.
Yeah.
He wasn't gonna come at me sideways if I say it was this.
Yeah.
But she probably also did it in her head. She's like, oh, he wouldn't go as far as doing some wild
She
shit.
probably was just like, he gonna be on my side if I tell him.
I wonder how she's
like,
feeling right now.
I know she
Oh,
feels
I'm sure
terrible.
she
She
feels
gotta
like-
feel terrible.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
that's not what
I
she
would hope
meant.
so. Otherwise, then that's like,
I don't think that's what she
there
meant
needs to be
at all.
some sort of remorse there, because you are the origin point of this.
Yeah.
It's
Please have
tragedy.
remorse.
Wait,
I would- I would
I'm not.
She came clean and admit that.
A couple years later, like now. This happened in
Oh, she's now just coming forward and.
When?
2015, I want to say. I didn't write the date down.
Oh.
But it happened a while ago. But her classmates are like coming forward.
Oh wow.
And saying that
She wasn't in the class. That like whenever that happened or whatever reference she's talking about, she wasn't
Now I
there
kind
that day.
of.
There's several people that said that.
Now that she was 13 at the time, so what? She's like 18 going
Oh,
on
okay.
19.
Now it's. Did that information, is that new information that she wasn't even in class and everything, or?
I think that's the new information that's
I
coming
don't
out
know
now.
what the laws over there, but she could be trial.
Yeah, now that puts a different spin on it now. If that had to come out back then and everything,
Yeah, because
that's.
that wasn't part of the information pool back then, and none of the evidence. The fact that it's coming out now,
Yeah.
that's new evidence and everything.
Yeah.
And such. And again, I don't know the legality of the whole situation and shit.
That puts a
But
different spin on it.
depending on the laws over there in France.
Yeah. I know her and her father are both being investigated right now. If it was me, I would blame it mostly on the father. For two reasons. One, you don't know their relationships. He could have been like a shitty dad. Maybe they had no communication. She didn't feel comfortable to say that to him. And then two, I know that's your religion, but putting it on social media, making like the world a part of it, is way different than going to the school and like even yelling at him. Even if you beat him up, you was that pissed. That's one-on-one. That's a man-to-man. Different than like the whole world giving their 2 cents about this. They don't even know the situation. So that's why I would.
Yeah. Yeah. That's.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It is.
All right, last topic. I'm sure y'all heard about the Meghan Harry interview. It was happening Monday. Or today. Oh, well, I'll give a little backstory. So
she had the auntie.
They're concerned about.
So Meghan and Harry, they left England. Yeah, they left the palace in 2019. They moved to Canada, and then they moved. While they were in Canada, they were informed that their security is not going to be there anymore. Like they basically disowning them. So they were going to Cali now because they like, we in Canada, we don't have no security. And then they also said at the time everybody knew where they were because of the tabloids. So they moved to Cali, or they was moving to Cali, and they had nowhere to go. So Tyler Perry put them in one of his mansions for free. Gave him security.
Shout out to Tyler Perry.
Shout out Tyler Perry, right? So the reason, it's a lot of reasons why they left the palace, but I'm just going to tell me at the end what y'all think. So one reason is that when she was pregnant with baby Archer, the little son they have now, she's pregnant now with a girl, but the little son that they have now, Harry was having conversations, they were having conversations with Harry, like, what do we do if the child's skin is too dark? What do we do? Like, and then they also explained to him, like, his son will not be a prince like every other son or grandson of the crown. He won't have a title. He won't have the security because, well, they never said because she's black, but obviously. And then that's one thing. And then Meghan was falling under pressure. She said she had suicidal thoughts because of the constant pressure of just being a part of the family and then being the first black member of that family. You already know what that's going to
She compared her life to the Little Mermaid.
Yeah, so and then she said she went to the Palace Human Resource Department. I didn't even know they had a Human Resource Department.
Oh,
Exactly.
I did not know the policy.
HR.
They got an HR. She went to the HR multiple times. Like, can I get some help? Like, I don't know how to deal with this. They said yes. You can't get help because you're not an employee. That's what they told her. So that's another reason.
They said You say it again?
She went to, like, she was dealing with a lot of stress. Like, I'm feeling suicidal. I don't know what I'm going to do. So she went to the HR, like, can I get some help? I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. And they're like, no, you can't because you're not an employee.
That is.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, but like my thing is I don't understand though. So like,
I wasn't
what
surprised.
you mean that they still don't have a like that? They still don't have a title?
Like,
That's the
their son
son.
will not have a title.
But
Oh,
it,
because it's
he's-
pretty much.
Yeah.
Because he was gonna be
Because
a mixed
a
baby.
big
see,
yeah.
see that's fucked up. Alright, because I know Megan from when she was on Suits. Alright, I knew her before she was, you know, like before she lived a fucking fairy tale. You know, she lived her nice.
I keep thinking she's the chick from Flash.
No,
Oh.
no, it's not her. No.
Oh, not Iris.
Shit.
I kept thinking she was Iris. I was like, no, that's not Iris, man.
I know her as Rachel Zane. Right? But it's like, no, like to me that's crazy because when like I can't speak for her and everything, but let's just say, you know, let's just generalize this shit. When you fall in love and everything, you not fall in love with the person's family, you fall in love with the person and shit.
Yeah, but you married a
You
family.
married a family.
Yeah, you like when you marry them, you marry the family too. But it's kind of like she didn't marry the family now because they're like, no, you didn't. You just fucking married him and he's out too.
Yeah.
So it's like this shit. Like,
Well, she did marry the family. They didn't want her to be a part of the family.
no, I understand it,
Yeah, I know
but
what
my
you're
thing is that like now they're quite literally just making it damn near like a business whole thing. That they're like, no, you're not part of the family. Like,
Yeah.
like you thought you were and stuff, but you're not. And
I think what's even more fucked up on that, on top of that, is that Prince Harry, it came out, it was revealed that Prince Harry said the grandmother or the grandfather wasn't the ones talking about.
Yeah, he said the queen is chilling. Like,
Yeah,
the queen
she-
called him all the time.
So
to
it's
see the little
it's
baby
behind
boy.
the scene people that was
okay.
talking
Yeah.
about that shit. It wasn't.
You know,
so
those
it's
people
it's
are.
pretty much everybody else in the palace talking some shit.
Well, the way that they
You know
was
who those
talking-
people are.
I watched the interview, and the way that they were talking is basically, from what she and Harry were saying, it's the crown and then it's also the institution, and it's like two separate things. So
I need to research
the
that.
crown is like whoever's the king, the queen, whatever, and then the institution. Megan kept saying it's a couple people who are the institution who she would go to, like, I need help. Like when I was saying she need help, she went to the resource department. She would go to them people and they would be the ones that like, no, we can't help you, we can't do this. So then she also said that the people, Harry said this, he said his dad is trapped, his brother is trapped, all of them are trapped because of their relationship they had with the tabloids. It's like, they're so symbiotic at this point. If they, can I curse? Fuck up. They fuck up. If they fuck up, I curse on everyone. If they fuck up, then the tabloids going to fuck up whatever press they putting out for them. So it's like, they can't do too much. They got to stay like this. They can't move. They can't. And she was even saying the moment that she got to the palace, she never saw her passport again, her driver's license, her keys.
Bro, I'm
Until
about
they
to start
left.
watching The Crown.
Until they left in 2019, she never saw none of that shit again. So she couldn't even like leave and go to the hospital to get help or nothing like that. She
Bro.
was saying.
That shit
Hey yo,
is
check
trash.
this out. Y'all want to get away from that shit? Move to America.
Well, they ain't copy him. They ain't
No,
copy
I'm
him.
talking about like you said his brother and everything. So
Oh,
like,
well, they can't. They stuck. Like, luckily, Harry was saying, luckily he met Meghan. It opened his eyes because he was.
yeah.
Yo, so
in it.
this may be a dumb question, but are they cut off
They're cut off financially.
financially? So how do they
Financially, no
get
security.
grade?
Well,
He-
Harry
he-
has
he-
millions.
He
of
had
dollars.
from Diana, right?
Yeah.
She left. I
And
didn't know
then
that
she
Diana
was.
left him some money.
Meghan was an actress,
Yeah.
so they got money, and they got a Netflix and a Spotify deal coming up soon.
I didn't know that. That's what's up. They got Netflix.
You
Look,
thought they
got
wasn't gonna
Netflix
take care of them? You know how much interest
Here's
there is?
it.
Americans
So they
is still
cool. They
in love with the British crown.
Yeah.
Okay, they
Yeah,
don't want to be
that's what
ruled
I'm
by
saying,
Bro,
them.
like,
bro, I'm about to watch The
They
Crown, bro. I'm about to put that on my list.
Oh my
I'm
Yo,
gonna get into
and
it, bro.
that's-
I don't
yo,
think they like The Crown.
Megan could
No, they
from
don't, they
USA
don't. I know
Network
they
too.
don't.
They like
Like she could get she could get a whole like reality show on USA and everything.
She
With
definitely could.
the girl Megan, cause she,
Oh, Marco, right?
Yeah.
she's from Suits and everything, so she already got that connection to the USA,
She
like
definitely
producers and
could.
shit.
Oh yeah.
She gonna get her own shit on that joint. Watch.
Is USA and he connected?
I don't think so.
Yeah. And she was narrating a couple stuff on Disney Plus.
She did. She did a
Word?
couple of Nature Jones. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh.
she one of them crazy like nature and like health freaks and shit like that. Like
Oh.
she go to the
She gonna be like Hidden Folly.
She
All
be
that
into
walking here.
that yoga shit, and then when she go order a meal, it's like the little ass shit in the plate, and like, oh my god, that's my dinner. It's a little joint like this big.
The $300, you know, science food.
Yeah.
The $300 science
Aim
food.
high, Willis.
They be like, yeah, we cook this through aerodramatic, you know, process. You be like, what does that mean? This is pureed. This is
like,
pureed corn that's been 3 times diluted through a cold sifter. You be like, all right.
Niggas start talking about that. You look at him like, fuck you from, man. Get some regular corn, motherfucker.
The meal is a cross section of different line sauces. You know, they didn't put 18 sauces on the plate in different swirly patterns. Like, what's that's $340.
Yeah, that's how they be though. But the crazy thing is that's the type of shit that she really into though when it comes to food.
Hey, copy that.
So that's it. I'm just waiting to hear the Polish, the Crown's response to this interview. If you want to see this on CBS for free, I watched it. It was like an hour and a half. Meghan and Oprah. It was interesting.
And we watching another family beef up.
Right.
We've got racism!
They said they had.
You get a white man. You get a white
man.
Oh.
Hey, yo, it's crazy though because like, could you imagine like, cause like she should have said that like, you know, when she was little, like she grew up with that whole like thing in her head, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna be like a princess and type shit. Like she actually really like her dream
She
really
is a
came true,
princess.
and that dream really just slowly started turning into a nightmare.
Right.
The dream is like, no.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
you know,
not-
I gave it.
She was like,
How can
Hey,
I
no,
got
no,
killed?
you know, but like I feel like this is also kind of on some shit like how it is like with like famous people here stateside and everything. How like you look at some shit and you're like, oh yeah, I want the glitz to glamour
Tom
man.
Cruise.
Yeah, then he falls to Scientology. But no, like I do feel like that really is how some shit is.
Scientology.
Where's your mask?
Where's your mask?
It's
Like, Tom, jump off the building, motherfucker.
just jumping on the couch.
Small ass Tom, a fucking leprechaun, man. Little ass nigga. Out of here.
And shout out to him though for that whole like thing about he literally rented out a whole fucking like cruise ship or whatever. So his whole
For what?
casting. For he was filming Mission Impossible.
Oh, the recent ones or what?
Yeah, the recent one, like he literally like rented out a whole like cruise ship and everything, and the whole cast and crew all stayed on the fucking ship. and
I'm
everything.
sorry, I'm crazy ass white man.
Well, no, his whole thing was he's trying to keep them all away from COVID and shit, and then that's when that whole big thing had came out that like the audio footage of like
He was
him coming out just like snapping on fucking like there
But
was like three people.
but the thing about it was with I'm sorry, like Tom, like I ain't mad at him for that. Because Tom, he be executive producing his joints nowadays.
He's trying not to get sued. I
his
understand
bread.
that.
So he like, yo, bro, where you fucking man? Like we not but if you can hear him on the joint, he was saying like, yo, all these productions out here, you know what I'm saying? We trying to keep this going, and then if we don't,
And
because of
people
you
are
being
watching them.
stupid, we all gonna stop. So I kind of got what he was saying.
No, I got what he's saying too because like he has like strict rules that you have to be a certain distance away from people, and like he said literally there was like one laptop and there was like 3 motherfuckers that were sitting like this when they were watching something on the laptop. And then apparently he had already told him before, like, yo, relax with that shit and everything. And he came back around and they was still on it. And he just flipped the fuck up. He was like, you motherfuckers.
Remember Christian Bale? Remember Christian Bale was tripping back when we was in high school? He was on the set of something. And they released it. Yeah, he went off too back in the day. Christian Bale was drunk.
Oh, also just an hour ago, apparently Zack Snyder Justice League was actually on HBO Max.
Oh!
Wait, no.
No, they took it off.
It was a mistake. And I accidentally got put up on there and stuff. Yo, why you look so disappointed?
Cause why was that on HBO when they have I was right at work?
Yo, and
Right, like, no, because that means I was like on my way here.
Yeah, well, it said it was up there for a few minutes and everything, and then it had got taken down. And it was just an error. My thing is, I'm like,
I'd have been in there for a few minutes.
That was.
Oh, so it said users tried to watch Tom and Jerry, and instead Zack Snyder's Justice League started playing.
That's funny.
10 days early.
No, that must have been somebody that their finger was on the enter button, and they're like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. And then somebody
got it.
Fuck you, Jerry.
That means they got it. That means they got that joint.
Yeah, no,
it's
but
crazy.
yeah, shout out to that though. Like that shit.
That's funny.
I'm trying to see it. That had 4 hours and some change on.
Can't wait. You better not text, you better not call. If you dying, sorry. See you tomorrow. Hope you're alive tomorrow.
Good shit, man.
Unless you my mom. I answer. But anybody else?
Yeah, basically.
I'm trying to see if we have any more topics.
The world could be
Nah, we
on
good.
fire.
We hit that hour,
The
bro.
world could be on
As
fire.
long as that Wi-Fi connection don't cut out, listen,
Yeah.
it really doesn't
Alright,
have.
well, listen.
Yeah, cause I ain't got what you call no more.
With the Ethernet, John?
No, I ain't got the hotspot no more.
Alright, y'all. Well, that's gonna do it today. We don't wrap up all topics. We all good here.
I
Oh.
fucking love your case.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
I am.
Thanks, bro.
He keep going back
Right,
to it.
he's-
He keep
yeah,
going back to
everybody
it.
else-
That's how you know it's a good joke. Somebody keep like, you know what? This
WB
is.
cartoons. WB cartoons. He loves it. Let me get you one.
Alright.
You got an iPhone 11?
No.
No.
No, I'm still on 8.
Same. A plus.
Don't
We
worry,
still in
you-
here. We still in here.
Don't worry, you're currently being paid enough. You don't get it soon.
Yeah, this-
But
They trying to
anyway,
kill it
we're
off,
gonna go
though.
ahead and wrap this shit up and everything. I do want to thank.
Wrap it up like a Jimmy.
I do want to thank the panel that's here with me today. And stuff. I would like to thank Sir Frenchie. I would like to thank Tron,
You're welcome.
myself, and Leek that's with me as well.
Oh, we love you.
And also would like to thank the production that's here and stuff of Isis and Zay both here.
Woo!
So thank you again, and
You're Wonder Kids.
I guess we're officially
Oh,
back.
Lord.
That's our table is back. We'll be back again next week. Tomorrow I will be doing my best to get through 2 interviews. So hopefully after this we'll be hitting an interview. If not, we'll save the 2 interviews, one for next week and the second for another. Also, thank you all for listening and have yourselves a good one.
Peace.